Welcome back for another episode of Full Steam Ahead, where we discuss all things STEM, but with a twist of art. Our goal is to encourage the next generation of STEM leaders, bring our experiences to life, and encourage you to reach your full potential. Yo, welcome back to another episode of Full Steam Ahead. Really great to see y'all. Today we have Matt, Shar, and a very special guest joining us. Shout out to everything that she's done for the STEAM community. Shout out to all the time that she's put in NSBE. This is someone that I personally have known for years, someone that I'm very excited to have on the show. Looking forward to this conversation and looking forward to the things that she's just doing in the future. So let me just give y'all some brief background and give you just a little bit of a bio. Dr. Sossena Wood is a presidential postdoctoral fellow within the biomedical engineering department at Carnegie Mellon University. She is furthering her research experience in neuroimaging under the guidance of Professor Jana Kainerstorfer. Dr. Wood is focused on developing and designing medical devices that detect neurological damage and or diseases. And Professor Kainerstorfer is a leader in non-invasive optics imaging that monitors disease. At the end of her fellowship, she intends to become a tenure work research faculty member. Dr. Wood completed her PhD in bioengineering at the University of Pittsburgh under the guidance of Professor Tamer S. Ibrahim in 2018 and was a K. Leroy Irvis Fellow, National Gym Consortium PhD Fellow, Pitt Strive Fellow, and received Pitt's Provost Development Fund. She received a Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering in 2011 and believes the platform of her success sprung from the Pitt Excel program. Dr. Wood's dissertation work was featured in more than 8 peer-reviewed journal articles, 32 international abstracts, 5 international talks, and a segment of NBC Learn. Dr. Wood is one of the University of Pittsburgh's Rising African American Leaders awardee, National Institutes of Health F31 awardee, New Pittsburgh Courier's Fab 40 awardee, NSBE's 2017 Mike Shin Distinguished Member of the Year, the female awardee, and Professional Women's Network awardee. Sossena served 2 terms as National Chairperson of the National Society of Black Engineers, as well as other leadership roles within the organization. While committed to advancing neurological health, Sossena is also committed to engaging and empowering underrepresented youth to pursue STEM degrees locally and globally. So let's welcome Dr. Sossena Wood.
Woo. Thank you for having me.
We'll do claps.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I appreciate it.
That was a mouthful.
Claps.
And like I said, I've known you for a while. And it's just been really good to see what you've been doing and hear all the things that you've been doing within your research in NSBE, in the community as well. And I just want to say I was a Mike Shin awardee as well in 2013. So
all right.
I'm glad to be in that same, I guess, kind of class. Just give us a little more. I guess I gave a lot of background right there, but tell us, where you're from and stuff like that. And, we can kind of dive right into things.
Sure. I'm from Prince George's County, Maryland. Grew up in a place called Landover Hills in Riverdale in that area. Moved to Laurel, Maryland, and spent my childhood there, and then came to Pittsburgh. So, born in Washington, D.C., Landover is like right on the line of that, and very much DMV all day. So every now and then, you might hear my accent come out a little bit, but I try to tuck it in, because moving up north, they like to say you got an accent. I'm like, okay. But yeah, it's a pleasure to be here and talk with you guys and girls, women. So.
Yeah, I peeped the accent early.
You don't have to tuck it in.
All right. I keep it right where it's at.
Yep. Just keep it right where it's at. Go ahead, Shar.
I was going to say, I battle that too, because I'm born and raised St. Louis. I spent so or chat root and all that, and it's like I ain't tucking my accent in. It is what it is.
Yeah, it is. That's what.
I didn't know y'all really had an accent though. Well, no, never mind.
The double R.
I did know that.
Yeah, the double R.
Yep, the double R,
Yeah.
the and on everything.
Yeah.
It's funny because that kind of trickles down to Oklahoma too. When I lived there, a lot of people had the double
Memphis,
R's as well.
They do it too.
Mm-hmm. So we'll just hop right in and we will kick things off with our lit segment, which is Lessons in the Trap.
Hey.
Allante is not here to lead us today, so I'm going to do it. But, Sossena, this is the segment of the show where you get a chance to talk about a song. It can be any song, anything that has basically motivated you through either the week, through a time in your life when you were studying or at work, or just had a lot going on, or you just really needed some motivation. So if you want to go ahead and share whatever song or songs you have, feel free.
Yeah, it always depends on the mood, but based on who might just listen, I feel like a great song for me really to keep me in engineering was Kirk Franklin's "Hide Me." And that song like really testified to me in the time of when I was feeling like I was inadequate to stay in engineering, and just feeling like God protect me through this process. That was a great song. Another good song or a good album that really got me through my dissertation is Sade. So just in general, the sound of Sade. Yeah, I wrote my entire dissertation to her. So,
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's just as soon as I hear her voice, boom, I'm in the zone and I can write. So, yeah.
I love that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, imposter syndrome is definitely a real thing. So I definitely feel you on that, because several times when I know I've felt like, man, I don't know if I'm really supposed to be in this, or and it's kind of hard to get rid of it, because one day you might feel up and then the next day you're like, man, I'm not feeling this, or everybody else seems like they're doing better than me. So
yeah. I wouldn't go with the word imposter. I like to bug people on that. I think that's a word for other people, not us. I don't think we're imposters. It's just a matter of people adjusting to our culture, so we have to fit into somebody else's culture. But would we be imposters? Nah. So I think, that verbiage is put on us. So I'm gonna start there. I ain't gonna get deep into it.
I love
it. We not imposters.
Speak your truth, queen.
Right. I'm here for it.
Okay. All right, so Sossena, the next portion of our show that we get into is called Nature versus Nurture. And so this is kind of where we'd like to see where your head is as far as it can kind of really be anything. I picked 3 different topics, and you basically are picking which one you like more or you relate to more. And we call it nature versus nurture because sometimes people like things based on where they're from, the region that they're from, or how they were raised, or really if it's just a geographical thing. So the first one is, since you're from Maryland, are you a Ravens fan or a Washington football team fan? Or it could be neither.
I was raised as a Redskins fan, but we had we had a very, very, very long curse on us. So maybe since we changed the name is a good thing. So I would say that the Washington football team, if I had to choose, the Ravens clearly have a better record of winning. But I consider myself more of the DC culture than the Baltimore culture. I can say Baltimore too, so no shout out to the more people. That's the thing. So yeah.
Got you. Yeah, I've always found it funny because a lot of people I know from the DMV, a lot of them don't rock with the Redskins or the Washington football team. Like, I know a lot of people that are Cowboys fans, and that's weird to me.
They traders, don't trust them.
And then I know people that are from the DMV that are Ravens fans, so it's just interesting. So I wanted to see where you were with that. Okay, this is going to be a kind of an engineering organizational one. Which NSBE region do you feel showed you the most love? Try not to be biased if you.
I'm gonna have to say, I mean, the truth is all of them really did, but of course Region 2, from Region 2, rock with Region 2. Region 1, yeah, Too Hype. Region 1 was another one that I had a very strong connection with. But I say all the regions, to be honest. You know, Region 3 ready, full solid. You know, 5, since we got St. Louis in the house.
Hey.
You know, Lou, okay. Yeah, that, you know, all of the regions. You know, even if I went internationally and traveled. So.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you know, we were brought up in Region 2, so I just had to do that. Had to put that out there. All right, here's another one. This might be a little different. I tried to throw some music, a little bit of art in there. Who would you say you listen to more, or maybe can relate to more? Wale, Logic, or Wiz Khalifa? It's pretty broad, but
That's a good one though.
Yeah, that is a good one. I would say Wale, when he first came out, before he went mainstream, actually represented the DMV culture, and you know, he had the go-go mix and everything. Like, I appreciated that. Logic is nice. Like, he's just different. I don't feel like he really has the, you know, platform that he should. And who was the last person? Wiz Khalifa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not a Wiz Khalifa fan like that. I think he's cool. I think, you know, represent Pittsburgh. But yeah, original Wale and Logic. That's what I would go with.
Okay, got you. I kind of threw Wiz in there. I was listening to a song. It was actually a Big Sean song, but it had Wale on the first part of the song, and Wiz was on the second part. That Detroit mixtape that came out back in 2012, and I was like, Wiz and Wale, because I feel like I can't think of too many times where Wiz and Wale have made music. And then I thought about Wale, and I was like, that's perfect for Sossena since she's from Maryland. Then I thought about Logic because he's from Maryland as well. So
yeah,
those are good.
Just wanted.
Hey, Wiz Khalifa Fight School though was a nice record, track, album, mixtape, whatever it was. It was dope.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to Wiz since Cushion Orange Juice.
Somebody else said that not too long ago, but I mean, I like the past couple albums he's put out, and so he has a new one that's out. It's pretty cool.
Maybe I'll take a listen.
I feel like the last song I remember from him was Black and Yellow.
I mean, yeah, that was major.
Yeah, I mean, he came out with a few others, but yeah, I'm not gonna say he hit and miss, but you know, I think he's more like a specific genre of a rapper.
Yeah,
Agreed.
and Logic's dope too, but I think he's like retired now.
I don't listen to Logic.
Yeah,
Got you.
Yeah, he's different. I mean, he's good, but yeah, he's just different.
Yeah, I think I feel like when people say they're retiring, I don't really believe them because I feel like nobody's successfully retired.
They never stay in retirement.
I feel like it's a publicity.
yeah.
stuff.
He was so young, so I feel like he's gonna do something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I know he got like
All
a
right,
huge
cool.
following. Like people.
Oh,
like
yeah.
him.
He does.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. So we'll hop into the next segment, which is blowing off steam. So this is the point in the show where you get a chance to talk about something that's either been, for lack of a better phrase, grinding your gears or upsetting you, annoying you. It could be this. It could be whenever. A lot of times I like to be able to just express what happened to me the day before, or the week before, or whatever. So go ahead and put out there anything, or maybe you're just at peace with everything and you're good.
Yeah.
Nah, I won't say that.
A lot happened this week. But,
yeah, it was a historic week. You know, a lot really did happen.
It really did.
You know, we were living through history a couple times. So,
Yes.
you know.
right.
Yeah. So if I blow off some steam real quick, I do think there are a few things that kind of bother me. and I'm gonna take it to us as a people. One thing is colorism. That's something that I'm really big on. You know, how we discriminate against each other based on our color. You know, is light skin better versus dark skin, and you know who's prettier and all of that. I got a whole issue with that, and how we just, you know, we always think light is right, and that's not the right thing. So,
Is this stemming from that Danny Lee Yellowbone song? I haven't heard it, but I saw that it was something on the Shade Room, and she was getting like a lot of backlash or something. Because I don't
it's not stemming from that.
I don't listen to the girl, but I'm like, I don't know why she would make this song.
Go in.
Yeah.
You know, no, it's just a holistic thing. And I just think, you know, even whether it's a darker skinned sister and she's thicker, she's not as pretty as the lighter skinned sister who's thicker. I just think, you know, it's just a holistic thing that in the back of my mind I always keep. But two, our brothers, you know, I know y'all some good ones, but you know, just how y'all support us sisters. That's been a topic for 2020. I can't say that all Black men have supported sisters the way that they should. And that's another topic in itself. So I wish that we had more present day camaraderie. I know we kind of have camaraderie in our culture based on thematic themes, but just how we support each other, I think we got to get that tight. So
I feel you. I agree. Yeah, there's a lot of work that needs to be done. I mean, we've made some progress, but it's definitely still there. And the crazy thing is, this stems from, you know, years and years back, even, you know, from, I don't want to say the olden days because that doesn't make sense, but back from, you know, biblically and all this other stuff. There is just the mindset of the human race has been, you know, in somewhat of a way trained to not do things right. And I'm talking about the colorism thing, but then also, you know, the way that men look at women, and women are always looked at as, you know, second string, or, you know, or not as worthy, the way that, you know, at some point women couldn't even vote, you know. So all these are things that need to continue to be corrected.
I think the media has a lot to do with it too, though. In like mainstream pop culture, music videos, always still light-skinned girls in there. You know, where the dark-skinned girls at?
Agreed.
Yeah, I remember that was a big topic a few years ago.
They was talking about that with the casting of movies from books, and it'll describe the main character, the chocolate girl or dark-skinned girl, and they cast, you know, Zendaya, and it's like, we love Zendaya, but she's not the dark-skinned girl from the story.
She's not.
You know?
Like, come on.
Yeah. It is a problem. You know, because sometimes it's like I don't even watch some of the movie portrayals because I'm like, this is not how I envision my character. You know? And I'm like, a brown skinned girl. You know, I'm like, this is not her. Yeah.
So definitely some deep rooted issues there that you brought up, but gotta acknowledge them and move forward. So good thing that you brought it up here, you know.
Yeah, I definitely, it's something that starts at home, because a lot of people don't realize how they ingrain that into their children. You know, they just allow them to either say certain things, and the more you say something, the more you're going to start believing it. And, you know, just identifying people a certain way. Like my mom gets on me about certain things. Like sometimes I do it just to get on her nerves, but she doesn't particularly care for if you say, oh, the dark skinned girl or the light skinned girl. She doesn't care for that type of thing. And so I've always looked at it as like, okay, that's just a way of describing someone. But I've also tried to see it from her perspective of, you know, come up with a different way to describe that, or use different words, you know. And I mean, everybody's going to have their rebuttal or their reason for why it's okay or not okay. But as a people, it starts at home, you know, for the most, it starts at home. What you tell your kids, what they see on TV and what they believe, or what they see in the media and what they believe, is one thing to see something, but it's another thing to believe it. So as a parent, it's parents' jobs to educate, you know, okay, yes, this is this person, they're They might be light, fair skin. They might be dark skin. They might be this, like, might be that. It doesn't matter what they are. That doesn't determine who they are as a person. It doesn't determine their worth or their value. Well, did you have anything? You had more you wanted to get off your chest?
I mean,
more steam.
I'm gonna just leave it there. You know, we ain't gonna blow up the whole set. I'm gonna just leave it there.
Okay, cool.